So today I have to do a outdoor shoot. The young lady got a new car, so she wanted a more or less a social media shoot. And I get to, because it's a social media shoot, I don't need heavy megapixels. Nothing is ever going to be printed from this. It's just strictly for her social media. And that allows me to shoot the new camera I got. So my whole kit is this and this. This is all I'm going to use. So it's light, it's easy. I like light and easy. I don't like big soft boxes outside. I don't have to worry about wind or anything like that. So I'm using the A2. I'm going to take the diffuser. Don't know if I'll use it or not, but it's there if I need it. Remember, diffusion doesn't really soften the light, it just diffuses it. There's a big difference. You know, you're still at the same size no matter what. So, you know, it'll give the appearance of maybe a little softer, but it's still not soft light. But I think the A2 is going to do a good job with this. By the way, this is the, I mentioned this one before, the Photix Padet Carbon 200. I love these stands. I have one that the rubber slips, but I'm just going to glue it. But the rest of they're really lightweight because they're carbon fiber. They've been holding up really well. They're actually pretty darn tall for what they are. And it's a small size, so it's easy to just walk around with. And then I'm using the, I don't use lens hoods very often, but I'm using the Leica CL with the Sigma 30 millimeter 1.4 and the Sigma 56 millimeter 1.4, 30, 56. Anyway, by the way, the 56s, I don't know if they're still on sale, but they were on sale brand new for $199 at Adorama. I don't know why, but when I saw the price, it was less than used. So I grabbed one. So, you know, if you're in the market for the DCDN, the crop sensor one, I don't know if Sony's or any other ones are like that, but the L mount was $199, which was one hell of a bargain. Anyway, so that's all I'm using for the shoot. I want to see how it turns out. I'm going to try to resist the urge to grab the M11 because I don't need the megapixels, but when you're so spoiled with that camera, but I really wanted to try this one, so I'm going to try to stick to my guns and use this exclusively. I want a wider angle for the car, but if you don't have it, make what you have work, and that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to make what I have work. Anyway, enjoy the shoot. Hopefully it turns out good. We're starting in about an hour, but I just wanted to give you a heads up on the shoot. Anyway, talk to you soon. So just really quickly, the reason I purchased the Leica CL, I like the way it works with the M lenses. I didn't want to have a separate set of lenses. Yes, I did get the two Sigmas. I got the 30 and the 56. Both of them for under 400. One was brand new, one was open box, which is absolutely ridiculous for this quality of lens. Now, if I listen to other people, the reviewers in this and the chromatic aberrations and all that they think is wrong with these lenses, I would have never purchased them, but I love them. And at that price, you know, less than $400 for two of them, you're crazy not to get them. Anyway, so the A2, I just left that dome on it. I you know, made it a little bit dramatic. I don't like that whole turn day into night crap because the flash can do it look. You know, nothing wrong with it. If you like that, that's great. But me, I'm just playing with this light and this camera setup to see how it is, to see how it reacts. You know, get used to it in case I ever did need it in an emergency at a wedding or an event. Because like I said, it's a backup camera for me only. I'm going to keep a body cap on it, throw it in my bag, and if I need it, it's there. But the A2, moving this around, playing with it, I set everything manual. I have this on probably power of 6 or 7. It's not that high. I did have great sunlight at times and overcast at times, and you'll be able to see by the light on her hair where we're at and which point while we're shooting. But it's not too close to her. It's somewhat of a natural look, even though it's a strobe. This is the kind of look I like, just, you know, fill in those shadows and pull the person out and give it some pop. For this one, I've shot it through the front passenger door. You can see the top right of the door there. You know, since I was outside of the car shooting, This was my first shot, and I'm like, yeah, this is not what I'm looking for, because it was too dark around her and just strobed her. So I want to even it out just a little bit more. Obviously, I can't make this just look natural as can be because she's inside of a car and it's dark. But I made it softer looking. The light's not as harsh and it's not as, contrasty. Again, the first shot, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's fine. Now the flash is over my right shoulder, just filling in the car. Just a touch of light to make her pop, and instead of just an overcast, because it was overcast at this time. But everything worked the way it should. It was easy. And if you notice the trees in some of these shots and how fast they're blowing, like if I had a softbox or an umbrella or something like that, this light stand would have went over if I didn't have sandbags or someone to hold it. With this A2, and I mean, look at the wind. It didn't move. It's on that light stand, that padded light stand with the legs out all the way. It's not moving. I don't have to worry about it falling over. And the photos are gorgeous, just with no modifier, just that dome on it. No, it's not a soft light. Now, you can see where the sun's coming from. And, I always try to keep the light in the same direction as the sun so it doesn't look unnatural. But sometimes you want just that little bit of pop. And this is my fill flash on her left side as we're looking at her. It still has the dramatic look. And my shadows are filled in enough not to make it look, too harsh. Now, this is what everybody does when they first get a light like this. They turn it up, they make it blown out. To me, this is blown out because there's so much light on her. It's not even, and this bothers me. It's just from my personal view. I want it, a little bit more even, a little bit more subtle. I can still have the dramatic look without having that blazing light in there, just to say, hey, look, my light can do this. This is a little bit more natural looking. You can tell, yes, there's a light on it, but you have to look. So I have the dramatic look. She's lit perfectly. I'm happy with it. Now, she has extra clothes, so we figured, hey, let's do some studio shots. I am 100% advocate of putting your light on the stand and having that click box stuck to the light, because it does fall off. The magnets are okay, but the slightest bump, your light's coming down. So I just put the strobe on the stand and connect that click box to the strobe. For most of these shots, I have that giant window on the right side. So I'm evening out or enhancing the natural light coming in through the window. Yeah, they're dingy when I'm just shooting natural light. With the pop-up flash, I'm probably at maybe a 6 power on this, maybe a 7, no more. But just moving that light in different directions, either with the sun or away from the sun, totally changes the look of every single shot. And remember, this is just one light. Now, this whole video isn't about the Leica CL or the A2. It's, you could be using a Fuji XE4 for this, and you could be using just a speed light for this. You're going to get the same results, honestly. This sensor's old, but it works fantastic. The 26 megapixel sensor in the Fuji is not a young kid either. It works fantastic. Now here's, I just moved that light over on her side just to give it more dramatic, just to give more shadow on that side of the face, and it's a completely different look now. It's like that dramatic studio look versus, filling in the strobe. For this, I moved it to the left side, so that's my main light now, and the window is actually my fill. It's filling in the shadows, and it's just feathering past her. So, here's how many different looks with one little light. It could be a speed light, like I said, in a small softbox, using that as the main and the window as the fill. So if you just play and move these things back and forth and have fun with it, you're going to find that it's really easy to do and really easy to get different looks. And I know a strobe is intimidating to a lot of people, but once you start playing, and literally I'm just playing here, it's easy. You will be very proficient enough to get these kind of shots in no time. Again, I move the light back over to the window side, get that more dramatic look, more shading. Now I do have a whiteboard on the left side of her, but it's farther away, and it's just giving a little tiny bit of fill. It's nothing major, and it's like more behind her. This one, I moved her up quite a bit so I would shadow her even more. The whiteboard's not even, coming into play on this one. But that's, moving that light over to the window side and, creating that as the main. And now here, I'm moving back over the left side. Again, that's my main and the window is my fill again. So you can see the different looks you can get so easily and have so much fun with this kind of stuff. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the shoot. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'm happy to share with you whatever I can help you with. I'll be glad to help you with it. Anyway, one last shot just for her, and I'll talk to you soon.